found one of the cutest games, and I've played 3 whole weeks, so you can decide whether it's a game that you want to pick up and play. Hello everyone, and welcome back. So I have found one of the cutest games that has come out on Steam. It is an early access though, and it is called Cozy Caravan. Now, I have played 3 whole weeks in game to test the game and see how the game runs, how it looks, how early access this game is, so you can decide for yourself whether it's a game that you want to pick up and play or whether you want to wait till it comes out a little bit later or till it comes out for its 1.0 full release. And this is my first time doing one of these videos, so I had so much fun doing it. So let me know in the comments down below if you like this types of videos, and I will start to do more of them. But grab a drink, get cozy, get comfy, and let's start off in day 1 of Cozy Caravan. You're greeted with a little early access message when you open the game, which is nice. And the first thing we're going to look at is the settings. So there are a little bit of settings, not a lot of settings, but I like the fact that there are audio settings, there are display settings, and there are controller settings, which is nice. It does recommend that you use a controller, like an Xbox controller or a Nintendo Switch controller, to use this game. And then we get into character creation, which is so much fun. And look what I found. Panda. And they don't have regular pandas, so I settle for a red panda and I make them a dark red colour. There are a few outfits. The other videos I've watched have a few more outfits than I did, but they did pick other characters, so I don't know whether the other characters have different outfits depending on the character you pick. I will need to go back and look at that, so I'm not sure. But I picked this overall dress, which is really cute, and then you get to pick different voices as well, which is nice. And after we look through all of the voices, I picked the highest pitch voice, I think, because I think it kind of fits the character quite nicely. And then you get to name your character, and I named them Kelsey because that is my name, and I thought I could live out my panda dreams in this cozy game. And after a nice little cutscene, you get given a letter that says, "Dearest Kelsey, it's your favourite auntie here with an urgent guild request. Planning for our annual Whiz Bang Fair has hit some snags and all our senior members are heading off to fix things. It leaves our community in quite the pickle though, so I suggest you and Bubba could help as our newest guild rookies. Don't worry, it's just like when you tag along on our caravan adventures as kids. Your guild rep Arthur will meet you soon to explain all the important bits. I'll check in with you again once you're on the road. Big hugs, Auntie Madeline." And I assume this is our house, but we never need to come here again. So as I travel down this little road, I find a person called Farmer Jill who is trying to fix the fence, but their toolbox is in the way. So I need to pick up the toolbox and move it slightly out the way so that I can get through the little fence and I can keep walking on after I've moved the toolbox. And as I walk down the road, I see Bubba, who is our cute companion, and I can find more villagers along the way to help, as Bubba has nothing for me to do for him yet. I find somebody called Fumble, who says that I need to help somebody called Larry, who is by the carrot farm. I then run into somebody called Leto, who also says the same thing. There's somebody called Larry by the carrot farm. I then run into somebody called Bully, who also says the same thing. And now I've come to the conclusion that all the NPCs around here don't have actually any dialogue. They just give you the same things over and over again. I then find Larry, who wants Jill's toolbox because he has a broken fence, and Jill has a special tool that can help Larry to fix this. Once I do that, Larry gives me a carrot which I can put in my inventory to save for another day. I then go talk to Lato again because they are near the caravan, and NPCs actually tell tell you what to do if you actually get stuck on quests or don't know what to do on the next part of the journey. So they tell me to go to the lettuce farm, which I do, and I meet the lovely Gary, who says he needs help picking his lettuce. So I run around the little field picking those, and as I come out, Gary says that I've done a wonderful job and he gives me a few lettuces to spare so I can put those in the inventory to save with my carrot for another day. I then meet Barry at the tomato field who says that there is a person stuck on top. He is called Dill. So I have to run around finding little hay bales so the hay pile gets big enough so Dill can fall into the hay bales. To me, this is not health and safety approved, but he lands fine and Barry gives me a nice tomato to add to my collection to save for another day. While I'm at the caravan, I meet Guild Rep Arthur. He talks about the market stall that you can run on weekdays, and today there is a test market that he wants to perform. This is where all of the produce come into play, and so instead of running your own farm, you go to these different vegetable fields and pick the vegetables, and then the farmers will give you a certain amount of veg that you can keep for yourself and use them as produce for the market stalls. Arthur explains this to me, gives a map to me to show me where Basselbrook is, where he is stationed, and also tells me that in order to gain guild tokens to upgrade my caravan, I need to gain happiness with NPCs, and this can be shown as the pink bar in the left hand corner of the screen. So you can see that throughout the gameplay, and you can see that as we progress along. Before I decide to drive the caravan and go to a different area, I collect some carrots and I collect some more tomatoes before I progress and start driving the caravan. I will say the caravan is one of the funnest bits about this game, just driving the caravan around. The controls are really easy to use and the scenery is really beautiful as well. You can't get out of the caravan all the time, only on the certain little towns that you can get out of the caravan, but it's really beautiful and there is something to see all the way along the path as well, which is really nice. It's not just completely empty. So the next town along is called Whisper Falls Lookout, and this doesn't have much here, but I did find a lovely little sticker to add to the map, and I collected some apples along the way while kind of exploring the little area. I did find this little frog, which was really cute, and as he explained, he wanted to find his home and he was going to jump on board the caravan so that I could find his way home and help him. And I found a cute little photo on the way, and it looks like you can find little cute photos around the map as well, which is a really good thing. I then got back to the caravan, put the apples away, and found Yaz, who is a librarian and is looking for an overdue book from a person called Winston T. Plum in one of the towns. So we collect that quest and then we travelled further down the road to Toffee Top Orchards, and we meet this adorable cow called Caramel Sundae. Aren't they so precious? She is looking for some sugar to make some candy apples. I thought she wanted an apple to start off with, so I try and give her an apple, but she explains further that she wants some sugar and a mortar and pestle to kind of ground up the sugar to make some caramel apples. I accept that quest and then go searching a little bit more, and I find another frog who wants to come and join our caravan, and then explore kind of behind Caramel Sundae's house, find more apples, which is nice, and kind of collect all of those and pop them in our inventory. There was also some NPCs lurking around, so I try and talk to those to see if they're dialogue is different, but no, they just kind of repeat the same things. They tell me that I need some sugar for caramel sundae, so it's a bit upsetting that they do that, but I can understand why in the early access stage they do. We then hop in the caravan and travel to the next location, which is called Wheatley Lodge. You start to get an idea of what these places grow because of their names, which is quite cool. So you can kind of, as you travel backwards and forwards, you can kind of realize what you need. I found a person called Lucy who used to be my old school teacher, and she needs some photos of a bee, a frog, and a butterfly. She gives me a camera to be able to use and asks me to photograph those. I then find the wheat field and do the little mini game of grabbing all the wheat for the farmer so that I can get a good supply of wheat for my market for the weekend. Put those back in the caravan and have a little explore around before getting back on to the caravan to go to our next place that we need to go to. There are quite a few towns along this road, so yeah, this is a good time to kind of explore on the first day and see how far we go. The next place that we get to is a place called Hershey's Homestead before Thursday is finally done and we get to kind of relax and sleep before Friday. This bit really annoyed me, and I'm really sorry to say that my character and Bubba have a conversation before I go to bed about writing stuff down because I'm getting a few quests, and they decide to not write anything down because it would be too much hard work. And personally, I would love to have something written down for quests. I think it would be really useful, but you know, here we are. So we go inside the caravan, and this is where you can cook as well. So for market day, it gives you more recipes that you can cook, and I'm guessing more recipes like woodwork for quests and other things, but I haven't got access to those. And then we go to bed for the night, and it is Friday. We wake up to a lovely little letter from Aunt Madeline as well. It says, "Dearest Kelsey, I've heard wonderful things already about our newest guild rookies. Just remember to help folks and spread joy and gain guild token. Now Arthur can help you with your caravan upgrades, but be warned, he's a stickler for the rules. And a tip for the markets, I usually pick things up and cook up a storm during the week. P.S. Tell Bubba I left his favourite bubble bath somewhere in the back of the caravan. Big hugs, Auntie Madeline." And this is where that little graphic comes up about how many weeks we've got. And I find a bee, so I try and take a picture of it. The camera isn't the greatest, but I love how it identifies the characters in the game and tells you if you're like too far away from them, too close. I managed to take a picture, and I find somebody called Jimothy who wants to go on a cool treasure hunt because his boss, Mr. Hershey, has told him a riddle and we've got to solve the riddle together. So he jumps on the back of our caravan, ready to go to the next town. And as he's waiting, I find a potato patch. So I grab the potatoes ready for market so I can sell them. And I have a little explore, basically. Have a explore around this little town area. Put the potatoes back in our inventory like always. And then I find somebody called Rosie who loves hopscotch. And this is another mini game that I come across. Full disclosure, I am awful at this. I never get better at this. You will see me. I never get better. It takes me forever. And as I'm playing on an Xbox controller, I cannot get the Xbox buttons correct. I just cannot do it. So you see me here just play forever. You have to get all the way to the end of the hopscotch and then all the way back, and it just takes me so long. But at the end of the hopscotch, you do get a lovely recipe to be able to make more things, to be able to sell on market day, which is really nice. And right next to Rosie is a character called Boggart, and he is looking for some bees, which he is taking on a bee walk for Winston. And that is one of the bees that I ran into and took the picture of, which I didn't realize. You can see me slowly walking the bee back to him. Don't worry, I get quicker at this because this happens very often in this game. So you can see me slowly walking the bees. I find some apples, so I quickly pick those and then slowly walk the third bee back to Boggart. I really like the animation that happens because loads of hearts appear above him and it's so pretty and so cute. The amount of times I've said cute in this game while recording is utterly ridiculous. These are adorable. Dandelions? Oh, so cute. Oh, look how cute. Oh, they're really cute. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. I went back where I found the last bee because I found a pepper farm and I did that little exercise to grab some peppers for my inventory and collected those, and then I had a little wander around to see what I could find. I didn't realize it went in a loop, so I could have just brought the bee around in a loop, but there we are. I found another little frog. Forgot I needed to take a picture of the frog, but don't worry, we do get a picture of the frog. I then found Jean-Pierre, who loves carrots but isn't a carrot farmer. Luckily I do have a carrot for him, so I went to grab that and bring it back. He gave me a carrot cake recipe, which is really nice, and then there's an onion field right next to him, so I did that to grab some onions. The carrot cake recipe is quite hard to make actually, you'll see that further down the line. Ollie, who's the onion farmer, gave me some onions, and then I came across this photo which was really odd. It was basically an outhouse photo. Odd, but there you are. I came across Ellie then, who was trying to make her grandma's recipe, but she's lost the recipe and can't figure out the ingredients and wants me to talk to some residents of this town to figure out what the ingredients are. To this day, I still haven't figured out what this is. I think this quest is bugged because it tells me places to go, but those villagers just don't give me more tips, so I don't know about this one. So after finishing that area, we got in the caravan and travelled to the next area, which is called Sweetness Way. And this one doesn't have much in it, to be honest. I talked to Miss Strudel. She told me about the riddle still and that I needed to check Buzzington Hills. I then spoke to a bear called Sugar and collected some sugar cane for them. They're the farmer for the sugar cane and they gave me some sugar cane in return so I could put it in my inventory, which is nice. And then kind of like explored the area a little bit. There wasn't much to do, so I kind of like looked at the scenery. Then I met a boy called Luca who wanted to play hide and seek, which I was really up for. I hide, you seek. Okay. Until I realised where he was actually hiding. Oh, come on. So after that disappointing hide and seek session, I then explored this little section. It's kind of opposite Sweetness Way. I then found a frog and managed to take a picture of this one, remembered to take a picture of this one before I chatted to him, and he came to join us on the caravan and went back to the caravan because there wasn't much here, and it went to the next town called Buzzington Hills. And this is another little glitch. It thinks the frog is called Jimothy and it starts to talk as if the frog is Jimothy looking for treasure. It's just a little dialogue glitch, but I dig those up and find some trash, and I find Winston, who gives me back the overdue book, and I find Rosie, who we have another game of hopscotch with. Again, I am awful at this game, but we persevere. We try and try and try. The best way to get hearts and the pink bar filled up is to do like these mini games. So I try my hardest to get these. I find another dig site, so I get that, and it's just trash. And then I find somebody called Ziggy who says I can just take these eggs if I want them, and this feels a little bit cheaty to me. I'm really unsure to start off with, but I do take them. So yeah, I take the eggs. I want the eggs, so we do that. We find some more bumblebees, but I don't know where Boggart's gone at this point. So I find a place that has sweet corn, so I help the farmer with his sweet corn and grab that. So hopefully he gives me some sweet corn for my market day, which would be nice. And we have a little explore and see what's around this area. This area is quite big, if I'm honest. I really like this one compared to the other areas. It's got quite a lot of things here, which is really nice. It's got a nice lot of fields and places to be. I find another dig site and I grab that, and then I find another little froggy. So I talk to him and he won't come on the caravan. I then talk to Jimothy and tell him I found all of the dig sites. He wants to talk to Winston to say that he doesn't know where else to check, and Winston tells him that he should have tried somewhere else where there is a pond, because the pond glistens. And Jimothy's like, oh yeah, we should try that. So he hops on board the caravan and we finally make it to Basilbrook, where Guild Rep Arthur is located. He tells us that we should start with a cooking bench in our caravan to start cooking things ready for market day. This is 1 token and we have 1 token, so we can get the cooking bench. So great, and it unlocks lots of other things that we can now get, but we need more tokens. So this is exciting. This is where all the fun starts to begin. There is so much cool stuff. Like there's an oven, there's that pestle and mortar that I need. There are different colors for your caravan. There are bigger bag sizes. There are more stuff for your markets. So much stuff, and it's so exciting. He gives me a recipe for a salad and tells me to cook a salad to see how my cooking skills are. This is kind of like another little mini game, which is nice. I really like this cooking feature, the way it looks, the way it acts. It's really good and it's not glitchy at all, I found, which is really good. I make the salad, which is nice. I bring it back to Arthur, but he doesn't register that I've made it, so I don't know what to do with that. But I get to keep it anyway, so yeah, I put that back in my inventory, and then I get to explore Basilbrook, and I find a frog called Gilligan. This is my favourite character of the whole game. He's so cool. He says that he has an assistant called Flossie who has gone missing and I need to find her. In that process, I find somebody called Francesca Fortuna, who reminds me of, in Animal Crossing, we have Trina. She reminds me of her. And she gives me my fortune for the week, tells me what products are good for the market. She said that sliced onions would be good for the market, and then just disappeared. And then it was nighttime, time to set up camp for Saturday. I chatted to Bubba about the letter Aunt Madeline gave us, and then I went inside to start chopping up some onions. I didn't go crazy, but I chopped about 4 of them ready for market day, because market days are on Saturdays and Sundays. So because it is Saturday tomorrow, I wanted to make sure I had some, because Francesca said that chopped onions would sell really well. So I made sure I chopped some up ready for the market day when I woke up. And yeah, I chopped them and then went to bed. I had a quick look at what other recipes we had, but they all needed like an oven or a like pestle and mortar, which I didn't have quite yet. So I couldn't make anything else really. I could make more salads or just chopped veggies. So I had a quick look at what I needed, decided I couldn't make anything else, and then we went to bed. The next day brought another letter by the lovely postman. And this time it was from Guild Rep Arthur. It said, "Dear Kelsey, according to my records, your interactions with the good folks of Harvestville indicate high happiness levels. Well done. Don't forget to visit me at Basselbrook. We have some exciting equipment available for you to upgrade your caravan. With much appreciation, Arthur, Guild Representative." And then it came up on the screen that it was market day. I was so excited to try a real life market day. But before I did that, for some reason, I decided to walk around and explore a little bit. I found another photo and I found Boggart again, who needed my help finding more bees. So I found 3 more and helped him gather them all. This last one was really tricky to get because of the narrow walkway, but I did it. I found them all and I got them all to him. He actually thanked me by giving me another recipe, which was really nice. And yeah, we found those and I did a little bit more exploring, talked to some more of the villagers, but they have all the same kind of like dialogue. And then I decided to do market. Market day is so much fun. I love this feature. It's so much fun. All of the NPCs from that town you're in come to the market day, and over their heads they have the item that they want to buy from you, but you can then just put down any item that you feel you want to sell, and if they like the item they'll pick it up and go to the register. If they don't, they'll pick up the item, look at it for a little bit, and then they'll put that in the bin next to the register, and then you have to pick it up from the bin and either put it back on the stall or you can put it back in your inventory. It's so much fun, and then you can expand the market with guild tokens over time as well. I really enjoy this market day. It's so much fun. I wish we had more market days in this game. After that, I earned a few hearts with everybody, which is great, and then we went on to explore the next little area after that. We came to Mr. Jumpy's pond finally. So Jimothy left the caravan and I found another little small frog, so he joined our troop, and Jimothy said that we should have a look to see if there is somebody at the pond, but some trash piles appeared, so I dug those up. This is where the Jimothy quest line just froze and I couldn't continue it. I just had the same 3 trash piles everywhere, and Jimothy didn't notice that there were trash piles or didn't register that there was only trash in them, didn't want to go anywhere else, so this quest line is also bugged for me. I then found Boggart again, who wanted his bees back, so I gathered all of the 3 bees and brought them back to him, and he gave me some more happiness hearts to add to my pink bar. I did some more exploring and found this really pretty dock and decided to walk all the way down it and found this adorable frog. Oh my god. He is called Mr. Jumpy and he is looking for all of his children back. So this is why all of the frogs have come along to his caravan. I still need to find some though, and I was a bit shocked. 15? But I couldn't finish the quest, and I will tell you why later. I decided to drive to the next town, but it was nighttime, so we went to sleep, and then it was Sunday, which is market day, but I forgot. So I walked around the next town, found this cute strawberry cow, found Luca who was playing hide and seek. Luca gave me a popcorn recipe, found some milk just lying around that the strawberry cow said I could have, and then for some random reason decided that it would be best if I went back to Fellowwood Acres to pick up some lettuce, carrot and tomatoes so I could make some salads ready for market day, but I forgot that market day was today. On the map as well, you can see those are all the areas that are currently open in this early access. We've explored them all now, so I'm just showing you all of the areas. I also got stuck in some mud, which looks like it's a shortcut to Sweetness Way, but it just says to ask for Guild Rep Arthur, but he doesn't mention it, so I don't know whether you just can't use that shortcut. I then go to Fellowwood Acres, grab the lettuce, tomato and carrots, no idea why. Bubba actually says that this would be a great place to do the market, and I just don't read it. I just don't read the thought bubble at all. So I grab the carrot, grab the tomatoes, make some salad because I was thinking, yeah, why not? And then I actually get in the caravan and we travel somewhere else. We travel to the Hershey's onion farm. Why I skip market day is beyond me. Like, my favorite part of this game, I basically skip the whole day. It's ridiculous. I travel through 3 towns that I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna set up market day here. I travel through Toffee Top Acres, I travel through Wheatley Lodge, I travel through Sweetness Way, and then I get to Hershey's Homestead. And then I decide I'm not gonna set up market day here. I'm gonna just grab some onions quickly, just because they'd be good to sell. But Ollie only gives me 1 onion, and then I decide to chop that onion, and then I do market day. Finally. Market day is so short that I only end up giving people a few items to sell, and I only end up getting 44 hearts with them all, which is just ridiculous. I then end up getting a few more produce around the place, and I gather the bees for Boggart before turning in for the night and it becoming Monday for week 2. So on the start of Monday, I gather up some onions before we head out to Wheatley Lodge, because I'm getting a little bit bored of this area because I've done this for Saturday and Sunday. So we head to Wheatley Lodge, and here I find Flossie, who I completely forgot I was looking for, and Flossie wants to jump on the caravan so that we can take her back to Basilbrook because Gilligan is looking for her. She is the assistant of Gilligan. So I grab some of the wheat on our way back just quickly, and then I jump in the caravan and head over to Basilbrook. As we're heading that way, we stop off at Sweetness Way and gather some sugarcane. I grab those. I run into Francesca, who tells us that roast potatoes would be good for this week's market day, and it gives me a sticker for seeing her. This sticker's quite good because you can put them on your map to special locations that you kind of want to visit or go back to. This time I put the sticker on Hershey's Homestead because I think that's where I want to do market day on the weekend, and so the sticker will remind me to go back there. Then on the way to Basilbrook, we stop off at a few towns. I grab some sweet corn, I grab some eggs, just basically the produce that I think we'll need for market day. As I'm walking around, I see lots of bees out and about, so I talk to Winston and he says that his gate's broken and all the bees have escaped and he needs my help to get all of the bees back in. So I kind of run around and try and put all of the bees back. But as I'm doing this, I obviously get distracted by other things. I find Francesca again and ask her what's good for the market. She recommends just onions, not chopped onions. And I find more bees, so I try and put those back. I chat to Winston and he says that we need Jill's help from Fellwood Acres. She will help fix the fence, but as it's the end of the day, I go to sleep for day 6, week 2. I go to Basilbrook and find Dill stuck on another tall house, so I gather some hay to help him fall down safely from the house. He thanks me by giving me some hearts, and as I'm strolling around and looking for anything that I've kind of missed around Basilbrook, I notice Rosie and play some hopscotch together with her again. After playing with Rosie for what felt like hours, I then speak to Guild Rep Arthur because I got 2 tokens and I really wanted to save up for the oven, but I realised I needed the mortar and pestle for a quest, so I bought that. salt, and I needed it for the sugar. I completely forgot, but I buy it, and that means that I need another 3 tokens. I then travel to Buzzington Hills, collect crops, run into Rosie again, and I'm better this time. I am so good. She gives me a recipe for tomato soup. That is brilliant. I love that so much. I go around collecting more crops, and then I go to the next town, which is Sweetness Way. I run into Dill again, who is stuck on another high place. So I gather all of the hay to help them down from that. And I then collect all of the produce around here, and I accidentally pressed the Y button and realize you can wave at people and it gives you hearts. I lose my mind over this, and I end up running to every single person I can find and just waving at people. It's so much fun, and it gets you so many hearts. Like, over time you build up so many. It's so good. I went to the next town and started waving at everybody I could see while gathering all the produce around as well. So gathering apples and onions and potatoes. I gathered the bees for Boggart again while out exploring. I then went to the next town and started waving at everybody, and it came to the end of the day before I started playing with Rosie and Hopscotch. So we're now in day 7 of week 2. First thing I did today was remember to create the sugar for caramel sundae. Cooking is just like a mini game, and it's really fun. I really like it. So I did that, and then I just collected the produce around the town that I'm in and went over to Caramel Sundae, dropped the sugar over to her, and she gave me a recipe for caramel apples, which is really cool. I waved to everybody that I could around the toffee orchard like a maniac, and collected the apples and remembered to take a picture of a butterfly. I completely forgot that I needed to take a picture. I remembered as I saw one, took the picture, and that's all of the pictures that I need to take for Lottie, I think her name is. Ran into Yaz that said she needs a book from Gilligan from Basilbrook, and went to Fellowwood Acres where Farmer Jill is and collected her so she could help with Winston Plum and his broken fence where all the bees keep getting out. As I was wandering around, I saw a person called Barney. He was doing a cute little mini game where you throw pebbles into the river, and you needed to see how many times you could skim the pebbles. This was really cute. You got nothing for it, no rewards, but it was really fun to do a little mini game. As I was wandering around this area, I found a new section that I'd never been to before and found a small frog. So he joined on the caravan, and then we went back to Wheatley Lodge before the end of the day, and it is day 8 of week 2. We received a letter, this time from Arthur, who said, "Dear Kelsey, community feedback highlights your help is much appreciated. Well done. But we do need to schedule your visit to organise your caravan upgrade. Please make your way down to Basilbrook at your earliest convenience. With much appreciation, Arthur, Guild Representative." So with that, I jumped in the caravan and we went down to Buzzington Hills because I needed to drop off Jill on the way to repair Winston's gate, and Winston thanked me by giving me some honey. As we then travelled to Basilbrook, I ran into Boggart, who I helped gather his bees again, and he gave me a lovely recipe for apple pie. After he gives me the recipe, I spend some time cooking and making things ready for the market. I don't realise that I can't actually make many things, and I don't know why. Like the flat pastry, it says you need a rolling pin, but there's no option in the guild upgrades to get a rolling pin, so I don't know why. You can't upgrade the oven to make tomato soup, but I have the recipe, so I'm not really sure about this, whether it's not an early access option, but I still really like the cooking. I go talk to Arthur because of that letter this morning, but he doesn't have any more upgrades. So it's time for bed, and this is day 9 of week 2. And we receive a letter that says, "Dear Kelsey, I've just tallied your guild tokens and you've been extremely productive. Please make your way to Basilbrook to discuss guild upgrades available. Eagerly awaiting your visit with much appreciation, Arthur." Again, I don't need to go because there are no different upgrades. I then went over to go see Winston and the bees to check on them. All of them are broken out again. I helped bring them all back in again, and Winston said that Jill might have an idea of how to fix it permanently. Jill said that there is applewood being used for the fence, and she has a natural repellent that should do the trick that I'll need to craft. This uses peppers and apples to make, and so I made this and brought it back to Jill, and she used it, painted it on the gate, and it worked a treat. And as a thank you, Winston gave me honey and said I could come by any time to get more honey if I needed it. As I'm running around collecting produce, I found Francesca again, and she tells me that chopped onions would be good for market day. So I chop those before heading to bed for day 10 of week 2, which is market day. I am so excited. I love these days, but they just go by so quickly. So I get out like salad, I get out carrot cakes. I remember to get out the chopped onions because they actually have a symbol next to them as well to say that they might do well. And then it tells me my results at the end, which is lovely. I have so many hearts this time. It's amazing. 738. But then it's time to go to sleep for day 11 of week 2 for market day. And this one is very similar. We take out some wheat and some more produce, finish market day, and get to day 12 of week 3. I travel to Basilbrook and help Dill get down from the high house again. He gives me a recipe for honey cake though this time, which is so good. I then visit Arthur because I have 3 guild tokens, and I use those to purchase something for the marketplace, an extra market table, which comes in handy. I then go around saying hi to everybody and collecting any produce that I need to. I then travel on and find Mr. Jumpy and return the frogs that I found. He gives me a recipe for pie. I travel on, find Yaz, return the book that she was looking for, and find Bernie, who we then play the mini game of throwing pebbles. That was the end of the day, ready for day 13 of week 3. I spoke to Yaz again and she wanted a book from Winston again. Saw Dill in Toffee Top Orchard, and apparently this is the last time I need to help him, but it's not. Lucy I saw at Wheatley Lodge and finally handed the quest in for all of the photos. Made my way to Buzzington where we called it a night, and it came to day 14 of week 3. Spoke to Winston, who gave us the book, and lo and behold, Dill is here, still stuck on something. This goat just really loves heights. I was exploring Basilbrook again. I saw that Muddle in the tavern had a mini game available where you could serve drinks to customers and help him out, and this was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. Looking back though, it looks like it's slightly bugged because last orders didn't really work properly by the looks of it, but I had so much fun playing it. I then spent my guild tokens on changing the colour of my caravan and upgrading my backpack so it could hold more items. As I was then travelling, I then saw, if you can see on the left hand side, you can see a little frog, and I really wanted to get him, but it's cordoned off, you can't go see it. So that's annoying to me that you can't complete the frog quest. But we are now on day 15 of week 3. I went to see Arthur in Basilbrook to upgrade my oven, to spend my tokens, gathered resources, and then it was day 16 of week 3. And then when I went to Dairy Me Milk Bar, I found that there was another serving drinks mini game, so I completed that, and that was so much fun. Again, I think the end was bugged, but it doesn't matter. It was so much fun. Completed that. I gathered more produce, waved to more people, and then it was the evening. We went into day 17 of week 3. This is market day, and I lost footage. So can we pretend I had a market filled with lots of hearts, please? This day I did record. It's technically my last day, day 19 of week 3. I set up the stall in exactly the same place that I've been setting it up this whole time. My aim is to try and get as many gold tokens as I can, because I want to see if I can make any more recipes, because I want to dart over to Basilbrook as soon as the market finishes. But I don't make it in time. I make it to Buzzington Hills for week 4, day 20. So I'm doing one extra day because I really want to find out if I can cook anything extra. So I upgrade my cooking station just to see what I can create. And I can't create anything extra, which is a shame. But that is my 3 weeks in Cozy Caravan. So after playing 3 weeks, these are my final thoughts. I couldn't make it to 4 weeks because I kind of got a little bit bored. But I didn't realise this game was in such an early access point. I would have called it more of like a beta access rather than an early access. In my opinion, I would have loved there to be more open areas of this game. I think because it's such a closed off area at the moment, there isn't much more to do past a 2-week mark. So therefore, after that, you feel a little bit bored and a bit more reluctant to keep playing on. But there is so much fun to be had in this game though, with the mini games. The mini game where you take the drinks to the customers was so much fun. It reminded me of a restaurant management game, but without the high stakes involved. It was much more chilled and relaxed, and I really enjoyed that one. The mini games with hopscotch were fun. Market day was so much fun. I really looked forward to market days and interacting with them all, but it went by so quickly in my opinion. I wish it didn't go that quick. I loved market day. If we could have more market days, that would be so much fun. And trying to save up all my tokens to increase things for market day was so much fun. I loved it. The characters were so cute, the environments were cute, driving the caravan was so unique and so much fun. I would just like more areas, more stuff to do, more things to interact with. Again, there are some bugs, some glitches, but that is early access. I couldn't complete the treasure hunting quest. I think that was bugged or glitched, and I had to keep doing the hopscotch mini games because they kept turning up at every little town I came to. But I think if you just played it for the 2 weeks, I think you'd be absolutely fine for that. And then if the devs opened up more areas, I don't think it would matter so much that everything would be rolling like that consistently, because you'd be going to more of these areas. So this game is up to you whether you want to try it in early access and see how it develops and how it changes and get some input on this game, because the developers have said that they really want the input on this game with all of the bugs and all the glitches, and to see the players' reaction to this one and help it develop. So whether you want to be part of this is completely up to you. So whether you do, you can purchase this game now on Steam, or wait till the 1.0 release and wait till it's a completely full and finished game. However, we don't know when that will be, so it might be a long wait to realize when that will be, but it's more likely that these bugs and glitches and all of the environment will be opened up by that point. So it's completely up to you. In my opinion, I would wait a little bit until more areas open up. But again, completely my opinion, this can change depending on you. But I had so much fun playing this game, and I loved playing as a little red panda. It was so cute. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, let me know in the comments down below if you liked this type of video and want to see me do more of these videos. And please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below for more cute and cozy games. A big thank you to my channel members. Thank you so much for becoming one. It means the world to me, so thank you. I will leave a video as an end card, a game called Paper Trail, which is another cute game, but it is a puzzle game all about folding paper to solve a puzzle. I will leave that as an end card for you so you can go check that out. As always, I hope you have an amazing rest of the day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!